Hi guys, I'm Dee Dee from Marchon Nutrition, and I'm here with Max, our fellow coach and athlete, to go through what he eats in a day, because it's obviously a question he gets quite a lot. Yeah. So we thought we'd bring his spread together for everything he eats in a day, talk through a little bit of the method behind the madness. I obviously know why kind of some of his choices are here to help with his performance, but I wanted his opinion on kind of his creation of meals. And yeah, it's obviously something you get asked quite a lot. So let me go over it.
Lots of questions. To start with, this is my breakfast. So the oats here. I've had this for maybe a year consistently. One of two breakfasts maybe, just mix up the toppings from time to time. It's 100 grams of oats, then 250 millilitres of whole milk.
Whole milk, yeah.
And a whole banana, and then 15 grams of peanut butter. I quite like Marmite peanut butter.
Okay.
It's quite nice,
yeah. Nice.
And then a bit of Nutella, but it can change to Biscoff sometimes.
Yeah, and we need to give you enough calories and carbs to start your day with, because you are super active and you're in your feet coaching in the morning.
Yeah, so normally if I'm working in early, then I'll have it before my early, so maybe around 5:45.
Yeah.
But then if I'm not, then it'll probably be around 8. But then also I have whey protein in there, so 30 grams, and creatine, 5 grams.
Nice. So you're not much of a snacker, which for my opinion, trying to look at your nutrition is sometimes a little bit of a concern, because we need you to have a good amount of calories. But as you can see, we've got decent sized volumes in your main meals here.
Yeah.
But you don't tend to kind of snack that much, which is fine.
Yeah, snack from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not consistent. Yeah, it's just from if I'm feeling it.
This is your infamous
egg fried rice,
which
rice. People say isn't egg fried rice, but it's it's my version of egg fried rice. So I get rice. I normally go by cups rather than grams, which does annoy Dee Dee.
Sure.
But I go about 3/4 of a cup of rice and then cook that. And once that's almost cooked, I then mix in some frozen veg. So I've got peas in here today, but sometimes it might be just mixed veg. And then I'll mix that around a bit, make sure the peas are cooked, and then put some paprika in it, a bit of garlic, and then some egg whites. So I'll put in around, this could vary. It's normally about half the bottle of egg whites.
Yeah, fine.
Make sure that's nice and thick. I try and make it so it's not too kind of diluted. It's more like got some substance to it. Yeah, and that's how I like it. And then normally a bit of sauce on the side if it's a bit bland, but that's normally my go-to. It's nice and quick, easy, get it down,
And it hits all the points that we want in terms of carbohydrates, protein, and fats in here. A little bit of what do we have? Is there any oil or?
No, to be fair, that's quite low in fat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that meal is in general, and that's leading before your second session training-wise. You'll normally potentially have a bagel or a snack or something.
So just to get the timing, so I have porridge in the morning, and then I do my first session, which might be like a conditioning-based session, maybe a Metcon, and then I go home, have my lunch, and then I might have maybe an hour or 2 hours, and then I'd have probably about an hour, and then I'd have this bagel, or just some toast with a bit of Biscoff or like a Nutella spread. Just like quick carbs. I might have a coffee with that if I'm feeling a bit low, and then I go into my second session, and that would normally fuel me up pretty well. I'm feeling quite good, quite strong, got a lot of energy. I go into that one.
Good. And that takes us through to dinner, when obviously we've got a good amount of carbohydrates because you've already trained twice at this point. We need to restore your glycogen, get some protein on board for repair the muscles that you've just damaged through training. And just to spike your MPS going into the latter part of the day. So then we've got...
Well, this, it can vary. It can vary massively depending on what we have in the fridge, also what we fancy with Bill. But this today is a burrito mix. I didn't have any wraps left, so I've just gone burrito mix. But there's quite a lot of rice in there anyway. And then just some spinach, some greens on the side. Might have some lettuce or something that I put in the burrito. So that just adds
some greens and some veggie.
Just makes it a bit better.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's normally quite big. That's normally my biggest meal, I'd say.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you normally hungry towards the latter part of the day, would you say, in terms of training? Like, when do you normally note it?
Yeah, so normally I do my first session, I'm pretty peckish. have a relatively big lunch, and then I don't want to be too full before the second session. So I just want something quite easy to digest, get it in, get the fuel in, and then when it comes to dinner time, I can kind of fully relax, and that's when I think my hunger strikes quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And then for the latter part, before we go to bed,
We
we want to make sure there's a little bit of protein feeding before then, but then there may be a bit of cheesecake as you've got here.
Yeah. This is what I had yesterday, so that's realistic. So just sliced cheesecake. It was very nice. It wasn't. Me and Bill don't normally buy the cheesecake. It's normally someone else from like our girlfriends brought that in, so it was like, why not have a bit? But I normally might mix this. I might even put the cheesecake on top of the casein pudding.
Oh, okay.
Just to make it,
Nice.
Or I'd have it separate, either one. But I do always have this casein pudding. It's very nice. It's easy to go. And that's literally 30 grams of, 60 grams.
Yeah, you do 2 scoops.
Yeah, 2 scoops, 60 grams of casein, and then about 200 mils of milk.
Yeah.
Mix it up to the desired consistency. I normally put it in the fridge or freezer. And then a bit of whipped cream, and then if we have it, some blueberries or just some sort of fruit.
Nice. So the thinking behind our day of eating, from my opinion, just looking at your nutrition, is we're looking between about 3,500 and 4,000 calories, depending on your training output, just based on your in-body results and what your expenditure is, because I know we are tracking that a little bit. We've got a good amount of carbohydrates here, as we said, between 3,500 and 4,000, depending on whether you're competing, especially like on a weekend at the NFG, we might ramp up things a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring down your protein consumption and just bring up your carbs towards timing of competing a couple of days beforehand. But you are super consistent in terms of your nutrition habits.
It's just more for ease, to be honest. Like I've got so quick at making the porridge. I'd say it takes me 2 or 3 minutes to make it and it's done. And then I normally do that the night before, so that's ready to go. And then I do that when I get back from maybe a morning of coaching. Take me about 10 minutes to do that. Easy peasy. That's not very, very tough to make either. And then dinner time, that's when we normally get a bit more varied, where we can just see what we fancy. So a bit more adventurous in that state. Yeah.
And for you to kind of be consuming nearly up to 500 grams of carbohydrates, and that's a lot, so we need to make sure that we're getting that in and you have a good capacity to eat, so that's not usually the issue.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Your portion controls are good, which is helpful in that situation because you have a large output, so we almost need that on our side. But protein, we've been aiming for kind of like 2 grams per kg, and fats 1 gram per kg. So that's what we've kind of managed to concoct, and obviously the things change and vary in terms of vegetables, proteins, carbs. Like you mix it up in the week quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah. This is it's not always the same. I'd say breakfast is always the same, to be honest. And then lunch could be maybe a tuna melt. I quite like tuna melts. They're quite easy to go to. And then the snackage is normally pretty similar. Might have a coffee with that, like I said. And then, dinner can change. You go for pasta, you can go for pittas, wraps, whatever we're feeling, really. Yeah.
And then good protein before bed.
Yeah, get that in. That's always quite a nice treat as well. And then if I'm overly peckish, I might have little snacks here and there. It's very inconsistent, so I couldn't even say what it might be. It could even
brownie
be...
at the gym.
Yeah, brownie at the gym. It could be a bit of sorry in here. Anything. I don't know. It depends.
So thank you for bringing all of your food in today, and we're literally going to put this all back into containers so that you can actually eat this, because we're not doing any of this go to waste.
Exactly.
This is for tonight, and I'm sure this will be consumed today. But thank you. And guys, if you want any more similar nutrition videos like this, let us know in the comment section what you would like or who you would like to see for another day's worth of eating, or any of the suggestions you've got. Thank you.